Hi Aquarius, welcome to August 2017. Twin flames or soulmates? Is yours a karmic relationship? These are the questions you'll be asking in August because there's a huge focus in the area of relationships, other people, your public, people you partner with, whether it's a love relationship or business relationships, colleagues, and so on. And you have your lunar eclipse in your sign on the 7th. And the focus is completing things, this first part of August, but even at your lunar eclipse, there's a yod, a finger of God off of the sun in Leo, bringing the action to other people. So there's been a lot of hype around the twin flames and what it is. And each person has only one twin flame. And that twin flame, quite often when you are in embodiment, that twin flame is in the etheric. It's very seldom when two twin flames are together in the same life. Oftentimes, it's karmic relationships that people confuse with twin flames. And a karmic relationship is with someone that you feel very drawn to because you may have had a past life history with them. So you may have had many lifetimes with the person, and so you're very much drawn to them because of the history. However, that doesn't mean they're your twin flame. It's very difficult to bring twin flames together because they magnify your astrology. They magnify your vulnerabilities. And so it's the best situation when one is in embodiment and the other is in the etheric, as above, so below. So that as you move through life, your twin flame in the etheric is pulling you up. And when they take embodiment, you're in the etheric pulling them up. And so if you can't be with a twin flame, the next best thing is a soulmate. And soulmates work on the same initiations as we do, chakra by chakra. And so they are harmonious with you, they are compatible with you, you have passion with them, and they're incredibly supportive. And so ideally, the soulmate relationship is the best type of partnership to have. Karmic relationship is where you feel there's something you have to continue, but you'd rather be somewhere else. And so I'm talking about it with you is because you have such a huge focus in the area of relationships here at the end of July and all of August. There's 2 new moons in this area. The first one was on July 23rd at 0 degrees Leo. The next one is a total solar eclipse on the 21st at 29 degrees Leo. So the first one comes in and it anchors the energy. And it is about mastering how you do relationships, how you work with others, how you're working with your partner. Now, like I said, with the lunar eclipse in Aquarius on the 7th, and Jupiter is in harmony with these eclipses, with your lunar eclipse, it is trining the moon, and it is sextile the sun. So there's tremendous support here for you to be in right relationship and to choose the right person for you, or to strengthen the relationship you're already in. And that's good news. Both full moon and new moon here has tremendous support, positive energy to work with for you. And that's good news. Now, right before the eclipse, the lunar eclipse on the 7th, your ruling planet Uranus takes his turn to reverse. And when Uranus does that, or any planet, you know, they're in a period what we call stationary. They're either going to stationary retrograde or stationary direct. And so Uranus is going stationary on the 3rd to retrograde. That's going to be a kind of a wacky day. It could be. And, you know, you want to watch for impulsiveness or impatience or rash actions with this energy, especially in the area of communication, right? You say it and then you go, oh, I shouldn't say that. Or you write it, you email it, and then you say, oh, you know, I wish I was more patient with that because I didn't know the whole story, or I didn't know this part of it. And so be patient in August, especially this first week going into it, building towards your full moon, which does have tremendous positive energy. Now, Jupiter is going to make his final pass to Pluto, squaring Pluto on August 4th. And that's good news, because finally Jupiter will move off from Pluto, which has taken some people over the top with bigotry, racism, sexism, ageism, violence. And this is good news that he's separating from Pluto. And then we're at your eclipse on the 7th. And so maybe for some of you, you're completing something. There could be something you're completing around this time that has to do with your self-image, what you do independently on your own, some project you're working on your own, you're finishing up. And it is a good time to finish things up. Maybe for some of you, you're moving out of a situation. You're moving out of a job or a relationship, or you're moving. You're completing something that requires you to move on. Now, if it isn't enough to have eclipses, we also have to throw into the mix Mercury retrograde. So Mercury is going retrograde on August 12th through September 5th. And he starts out at 11 degrees Virgo, and then he moves back into Leo on the 31st. And on September 5th, when he goes direct, it's right on that 28, 29 degree eclipse point, reactivating the eclipse again. And so if you can wait on making any major decisions in August, I do recommend it, because even though eclipses complete things and begin things, there's still, it's like the jury is out. The jury is out. We do not have our decree. And that's because we have Uranus now retrograde, Neptune's retrograde, Chiron is retrograde, Mercury is retrograde, Pluto is retrograde. So we have all this retrograde. And retrograde means go back for something. I got to go back here. Oh, I forgot something at the store. I got to go back to the store. You'll be going back to the store a lot in August, right? It's like, I got to go to the store again. And so we may not have all the information here in August that we need to make right choices, effective choices. And so if you can wait till September 5th on, I do think that that is a message from the universe. Unless, you know, each individual, you know, each one of you are on your own path. You have your own past life lineage. You're operating in these energies uniquely to you. If you are feeling compelled to do something, do it. I've certainly done plenty of things with Mercury retrograde, and they've turned out fine. I've always wanted to wait, but it was always situations I couldn't wait. I had to do something. And I've got to do it now. And so if you are feeling that, I got to do it, I got to do it now, then trust that. Trust your instincts, trust your intuition. But if you can wait, I do recommend it, because it's like the universe is saying, we're downloading here in July and August, giving you the new downloads, and we're giving you the new vibration and the new frequency and the new energies. But we're not giving you the whole story until September, when we get to the Pisces full moon and the Virgo new moon. So I find this profound, so profound, and but so excited to get to August and talk about this, because this is once in a lifetime astrology. I went back to look at other solar eclipses in Leo at this 28, 29 degree point, and I couldn't find one that had Saturn and Uranus, your rulers, forming a grand fire trine to this total solar eclipse. So this is an amazing energy, and it's so supportive for you that, you know, it's once in a lifetime what's happening here. So it's a mega month. August is a mega month. And you're a major player because it's your lunar eclipse. It's your full moon. And then when we get to February, it'll be sun in Aquarius, moon in Leo. It'll reverse. And so, but still in that same area. How you show up in the world is changing. Your self-image is changing. How you present yourself is changing. You're stepping it up. With the universe pointing at the sun in Leo, it is about the hero's journey. It is about who you are, uniquely you. And you know that better than anyone as the Aquarians. It's so important to be unique. So often we get into these roles we play to please others, to fit in. And this energy is having none of it. This energy is saying, no, it will not work in the new energy. You must be true to who you really are. You must be true to yourself. And if you don't know that because you've been so caught up in relationship, that you don't know who you are, then the universe wants for you to start there. That the point is to start with who you are as a child, as a cosmic child, with that magical child, that wonder, that curiosity, right? Why do cats do that? Why do, you know, the squirrels play that way? You know, why do, you know, is having that childlike curiosity that keeps you eternally young is the invitation here. And of course, breaking free and liberating yourself from what no longer serves you and what's not making you happy. Now, Saturn will trine the sun on the 13th, and Uranus will exactly trine the sun and the eclipse on the 21st, and then you're at the Leo new moon total eclipse on the 21st. Now, first you had Mars go into this area on July 20th, and then you had the first Leo new moon here on the 23rd. Now you're having the total solar eclipse in this area. Eclipses end things and begin things. So for those of you that haven't been with a soulmate, this energy is bringing you a soulmate. Now, he or she may come in, I was going to say it, like Cousin It, right, in the Addams Family. No, he or she may appear around the eclipses. I've seen this where events happen right on the eclipses, you know, right on the 7th, right on the 21st, or right around, you know, that day. Or it can happen before the eclipse in July, or it can happen in September, and so on, the rest of this year and into next year. Timing is everything. And you're not only, especially with partnership, you're not only waiting on your right timing, you're waiting on he or she's, she or he, okay, it's been a really long week. You're waiting on the other person's astrology. Their astrology has to be lined up with your astrology, but you don't need to worry about that. That's what the angels take care of. That it's all in God's cosmic computer of your timing, of your soulmate's timing, and when you will unite. And so for you, it is about looking at how you're showing up in relationship with others, and what are others mirroring to you. You're going to have an opportunity here in July and August and so on to really see what others are mirroring, because you know the Aquarius full moon is your first house, let's say, and the 7th house is relationships, the Leo house for you, and it's mirroring you, right? Because the first mirrors the 7th. So what are others mirroring for you? This is going to be important for you to be aware of what they're feeding back to you, what they're mirroring to you. Relationships are mirrors, and that's why we need a relationship. We need relationships because they help us see deeper into self. They help us know ourselves better. And this is a wonderful energy. And your ruling planets are trining, cosmic trine to the solar eclipse. So this is the message of, a very important relationship coming into your life or in your life that is incredibly significant to you and for you, that the universe is bringing. And it's amazing and exciting and fun and interesting. And, one of the things I was getting, as I was preparing is, are you good at receiving from others? Are you good at receiving? If you want to be with a soulmate, are you loving with you? How are you, the biggest relationship you're ever going to have is the one you're having with you. And if we want to receive love, then we have to be loving with self. We have to be the soulmate to self that we want someone else to be. And if others are mirroring something other than that, then that needs to change on the inside, right? That's why, the lunar eclipse is saying to Aquarius, complete these patterns and really look at your patterns of receiving. Are you happy? Are you ready for love? And what changes can you make so that you are receiving the love that you want, that's your heart's desire? Leo rules the heart. And this is about love. It rules the area of true love and romance. And Leo rules your area of partnership. So this is a really big message for the Aquarians about not settling and going bigger in the area of love, going bigger in partnership, and not being self-effacing. Because that's just as annoying as self-aggrandizing, right? When people are just so, I'm so great, I'm so great, I'm great, I'm great, right? Or, oh, well, I just don't, deserve that. We don't like that either, right? So yes, you do. You were born, therefore you do deserve. And love isn't something you deserve. It's something you go get, right? So come and get your love. Here's your song. Come and get your love. Yeah, that's your theme song for August, and really for this year and next year too, because the eclipses are still going to be in this area, activating relationships for you. And it's all about you. Come and get your love. Hey, hey, what's the matter with you? Feel right, feel right. I don't remember all the words, but it's one of those really great songs all about receiving love. And so it's kind of your theme song. And it is about you receiving the love that's rightfully yours. And are you ready to receive? And the universe is supporting you. Now, Saturn moves direct on the 25th, which is great news. And that's in the area of your goals. And so now Saturn's moving direct, and he's going to keep going, and he's going to jump into Capricorn in December on solstice. And, that's a big, big change. And in Sagittarius, it sextiles Aquarius as it trines Leo. So there's tremendous supportive energy here for you this month, and things are moving forward. Maybe there's been a goal that you've been really wanting to see happen, and now it can come into play. Now again, you may see it in August, but it may take into September for it to manifest. because of the Mercury retrograde and the other retrogrades as well, but particularly Mercury. And so with Saturn moving forward, this is really good news. And, you know, that's going to be incredibly supportive for you and harmonizing and in harmony with your other ruling planet, Uranus. You know, this is just amazing. So this is really good for any project you're working on. This is really good for, you know, things you want to publish. You've got Jupiter in that area of publishing, and he's direct, and he's in harmony with Saturn, and he's in harmony with the Leo energy, and he is lighting up Uranus. He'll be passing over Uranus one more time. And that's in the area of communication and higher consciousness, conscious awareness, super conscious. And he is pouring positive energy into any planets you have in Aquarius. Jupiter is. So is Saturn. And your sun, your moon, your rising, and so on. And so there is tremendous positive energy here for you that is once in a lifetime type of energy, but it really is directing you to, you know, follow your heart, be true to yourself, live from the heart, be courageous, be bold, be brave, and follow that heart's desire. Creativity too, like this is amazing creative energy that you're working with as well. It's very exciting and interesting and dynamic. Then the sun moves into Virgo on the 22nd, and but the Virgo energy really isn't going to, you know, be revved up until September, because Mercury moves back, the ruler of Virgo moves back into Leo on the 31st, and Venus enters Leo on the 26th. There's such a huge focus for you in the area of relationship. And it is amazing. For some of you, you may be getting married. For some of you, you're definitely taking the relationship to the next level. And for some of you, it's bringing you the love of your life. And I love saying that, the love of your life. Love life. Lover, life. Lover of life, bringing you the lover of your life, the life that you love. It's just amazing. And it's in total harmonious energy flow, grand fire trine with both your ruling planets. So this is someone, like for those of you open for love, this is someone coming in that is very significant to you. This may be like the love of your life. This could be someone you've waited your whole life for. It could be like just amazing. You know, for those of you that, you know, you just, and that's okay too. Like, not everyone has to be in a relationship. News alert, you are in a relationship with you. That's your relationship. And not everyone wants that. And that's okay too. In fact, here in the United States, there are now more single people than married people. So, single people rock. And so, you know, but I'm just seeing like this huge focus going on in relationships, so I have to talk about it. But if you're not, you know, all that about relationship, then it could be about business. It could be about expanding your business. It could be about expanding what you do in the world. Absolutely. You could be putting your focus on, you know, expanding your work, expanding your business in the world, expanding whatever you do in the world, as well as celebrating you. How about that? How about celebrating you? How about celebrating your spirituality? Yeah, we're so focused on what we do, who we're with, how much money, blah, blah, blah. What does she look like? Blah, blah, blah. You know, how about we just celebrate you and the fact that you're here and that your vibration is increasing, your spirituality. Let's celebrate your growth, your spiritual acceleration. Your vibration is increasing. Yeah. When you cross over, that's all that matters. And so, not, you know, the ascension. And you know, however, you know, for those of you that are ready for love, you know, it's time. And for those of you coupled, this is a beautiful energy for partnership and relationship. It's just amazing because the universe is totally supporting you in this area. And it is about changing how you do relationship. It is about changing, right? First the lunar eclipse in Aquarius, how I show up in the world. Then the Leo eclipse, how you do relationships. So you're changing in those areas. That doesn't mean you got to change people, but we can change patterns. Because if we want better on the outside, we have to change on the inside. The law of attraction matches what we are. And if we want better, we have to be better on the inside. In other words, we have to be treating ourselves better. We have to be loving you more. And when you do that, then someone can come in who is ready to really play that role for you, be that divine lover. And so, you know, the key is with self, and the key is with loving you, being there with you, being there for you, so that people are mirroring what you want to see, and you're receiving. For those a couple, this is a great energy. This is an awesome energy to celebrate your relationship. Definitely celebrate your marriage, you know, at the eclipses, and get ready for cosmic downloads, because there's going to be so much being downloaded with these energies, you know, at the lunar eclipse and the Leo eclipse. You know, be listening. And you got to take that quiet time to listen. There's going to be a lot of people in your life, Aquarius, vying for your attention and your energy. And, you know, make sure you're taking that time to meditate, that quiet time, that walk in nature, that you're listening, you're hearing. Shut all the electronics off, the music, and just listen to what Source is saying, what your higher self is saying, so that you are hearing the divine messages that are coming through for you. And it is going to be mind-blowing, totally mind-blowing what you're getting, what the information you're getting this month in August. Game changer, definitely. This month is a game changer. And it's exciting. I'm not seeing a lot of energy in the area of career. Saturn is moving direct in that area, which can be very helpful with achieving your goals in your destiny in the world, your work achievement in the world. Absolutely. It can come through other people too. Opportunities can come through other people. Other people could be feeding you, hey, get this job, check out this job. Hey, you know, approach this client. You know, or clients are approaching you, or customers or patients, whoever, you know, because they heard about you from other people. And so, you know, that can be happening too, where other people are feeding your business. Other people are feeding what you do and bringing people to you because they heard about you. And so they're coming to you in droves. And so in that respect, it could be a really good month for business, because other people are referring you, are referring people to you. Spiritually, it is amazing. And if you're listening, you're going to be receiving those downloads and integrating them and applying them and moving up to the next level. Or maybe even, you know, going to the next level above that one too. Right? Just amazing. Health looks good. Venus was in there for most of the month until the 26th. And, you know, just making your health improve and be better. So it's an amazing month for you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, favoring, sharing, and Google Plusing my videos. Aquarius, you're rocking awesome. Thank you for subscribing. You totally rock! And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It does help the channel. And if you would like for me to take a detailed look at your astrology, it's very easy. The link is below in the Show More section. It's also up in the cards. It's very easy. You go to my astrology page, you purchase your consultation. Upon checkout, you get the link to my schedule, and we're working together. Or if you're interested in coaching, You want to talk about relationships. You want to talk about a new business idea you have. It's very easy. You go to my coaching page, you purchase your session. Upon checkout, you get the link to my schedule, and we're coaching you. So until next time, Aquarius. Wow, what a month for you. It's amazing. It's all about love. I wanted to sing for you one of my favorite childhood songs. It's A Frog Went to Courtin', and it is a love story. A frog went to courtin', he did ride A frog went to courtin', he did ride, sword and pistol by his side. He rode up to Miss Muzzie's door. He rode up to Miss Muzzie's door, where he'd often been before. He said, Miss Muzzie, are you within? He said, Miss Muzzie, are you within? Yes, kind sir, I sit and spin. He took Miss Muzzie upon his knee. He took Miss Muzzie upon his knee, said, Miss Muzzie, will you marry me? Without my uncle's right consent. Without my uncle's right consent, I wouldn't marry the president. Uncle Rat, he laughed and shook his fat sides. Uncle Rat, he laughed and shook his fat sides to think his niece would be a bride. Then Uncle Rat rode off to town. Uncle Rat rode off to town to buy his niece a wedding gown. Oh, where will the wedding supper be? Oh, where will the wedding supper be? Way down yonder by the hollow tree. The first to come was a little white moth. The first to come was a little white moth to spread out the tablecloth. The next to come was a bumblebee. The next to come was a bumblebee, played the fiddle upon his knee. The next to come was a tiny flea. The next to come was a little flea, danced the jig with a bumblebee. The next to come was Mrs. Cow. The next to come was Mrs. Cow, tried to dance but didn't know how. Now Mr. Frog was dressed in green. Now Mr. Frog was dressed in green, sweet Miss Mouse looked like a queen. They all gathered round the lucky pair. They all gathered round the lucky pair, singing, dancing everywhere. Then Frog and Mouse went off to France. Then Frog and Mouse went off to France. That's the end of my romance.